Hello, this is Jamie Magrich. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to make 6 cards using Butterfly Brilliance and the dies that goes along with it. The Brilliant Wings dies. And just hello from Vine Design. I'm also going to be using my Stamparatus. I've got my butterfly stamps mounted in the Stamparatus. I'm going to be using Magenta black ink, and I'm going to be using 6 colors of cardstock, 6 different colors. This particular one, I've chosen some bright colors. I've got 6 black card bases and 6 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white to go on the inside. And then I have some 1/2 inch strips to stamp my sentiments on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Stamparatus here. Let's bring this in. Move these out of the way so they don't get inky. And have this set up so that I can put a 1/2 sheet of cardstock in the corner and get the entire butterfly stamped onto this page. So I'm going to do that for each one of these colors. I'm going to put my paper all the way into the corner. Make sure it's all the way in the corner. Ink this up really well. Stamp it. The reason I'm using my Stamparatus is then if I don't get a really good impression, I can always ink it again, as long as I make sure that paper's in the corner. That looks pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and give it another stamping just because I want it nice and dark and crisp. Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that with all the rest of the 5 colors I have, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all of my paper stamped. So now we can put the stamp away. I'm going to bring out the die that matches this one. We're going to bring in our die cutting machine. Okay, and what I'm doing here, pushing it down, if there's like this plate, see how it has bow? That means I need to turn the plate over. Helps to keep them straighter for longer. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my papers one at a time. I'm going to line up this die. And then I'm going to run it through my machine. I'm going to cut them all out. I think that's good. Top plate on. Hope they don't move. And crank it through. this plate over, this one on top. Now I have 6 perfect little butterflies. And I'm going to continue to do that with all of these butterflies. I'm going to try and make piles of each butterfly so I don't have issues down the road. Okay, so I'm doing that. Bring this over here. Bring in the next one. This doesn't really matter. The next one. Line it up. Okay. Another plate on top and run it through. And this one just slid, so I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these out and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all my butterflies cut out. So let's bring in our card bases. And what we're going to do is lay them out sort of like they are on the front of the card. Now I'm going to bring in another card that I did as a sample, but these are different. These are muted colors. I'm going to try doing one with brighter colors. So we're going to lay them out like they are on the stamp, except we want them to fit within the frame of our card, so they're going to be a little more together. We're going to bring in our bone folder. So I'm going to start, let's do this one turquoise. I'm going to do one of each color. I'm just going to grab one for one of each color. And that one will be the purple. And then that one will be the pink. This one will be the blue. Okay. Okay, so I've got my one of each color, and I'm just going to take my bone folder, I'm going to curl those wings a little bit. Trying not to put creases in it. And I'm going to fold it at the body. And I'm just going to put adhesive here. So let's go ahead and curl all the wings first. So I've got enough supplies here to make 6 cards. Each card's going to be a little bit different because the color is going to be shuffled around as far as which butterfly is what color. Let's start with this and bring in my wet glue. I'm going to start by putting this butterfly on. And I like using the wet glue for this because then it gives you a little wiggle room if you need to shuffle things around, you can. Let's move those out of the way. So that one's going to go there. This one's going to go up here. Okay. Let's put this one on. Again, I'm just putting the glue on the body part. It's going to go here. Got these two backwards. These two stacks backwards. See, they're tucking underneath a little bit, but that's all right. One more. Okay, there's that part. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do that with all of the cards. So this card is going to get a green one here. This one will be this one will, guess it doesn't matter as long as they're all different, right? Yellow one, pink one, purple one, and a blue one. Okay, and this one, we'll get the yellow one, purple one, teal one, green one, blue one, and a pink one. Okay, and this one, I'll start with the purple one. Let's do yellow one, green one, blue one. Well, it's not going to work because those are the same, so let's put this one back. Pink, yellow. These are the same too, so we've got to shuffle something here. Let's do this one, this one. Okay. Something else is gonna have to shuffle, I think, because there's two pinks still left. Maybe it'll work. Let's see. Okay, so we'll do pink. This one has to be the purple. This one has to be the blue. This one has to be the yellow. Turquoise. And green. There we go. That worked. So we get one of each color butterfly on each card. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and curl all the wings, mount all the butterflies, and then I'll be back for the next step. Okay, I've got all 6 of my cards glued down. Okay, so now the next step is to make our sentiment. So let's put these aside. These would probably be really pretty on like a crumb cake or a light gray color too. So let's do the sentiment. Maybe bring it up. Here's that. I have 5 strips here, but that's alright, we can use 2 ends of it. Magenta ink, my sentiment, stamp it, Excuse me, sorry about that. Postman just knocked and delivered my paper pumpkin. I'll have to open that up and check it out. I think it's the one with the stencils in it. Continue stamping these. I need one more, so let's flip this one this way. Awesome. Okay, that's all the stamping. Bring in my snips. Snip these. Oh, I better wait because I need to punch the ends. Now I could just do with the scissors, but I'm going to cheat and use my tailored tag punch, or you could use the trio tag, trio, I don't know, there's a punch that cuts these fishtails. Can't remember what it's called. And I think I only need the one end fishtails. Let's see what that one card looks like. Yeah, well, I think I just need this one end fishtailed. These are just scraps from when you're trimming down cards. If you're doing a 4 by 5 1/4 inch layers, and you have this extra 1/2 inch at the end. Okay. Now I'm just going to bring my snips in. I'm going to clip this like here. Reason I didn't do that first is so I would have a handle to hold it in the punch. Just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, now we're going to bring these in. And I think I need dimensionals. Dimensionals on the backs, all of these, one on each end. Oh, that one's going to hang off. Fix it. There we go. Couple more. Take those backs off. Candies to come closer, so I don't have backings all over my house, which I do anyway, but okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to figure out where I want this, and I'm going to tuck it in there. Do I want it there? I think I want it right there, this one. Do I want it right there? I think I want it right there. Do Each one's going to be different. Depends on how you put your butterflies on, how you're going to want your sentiment. Couple more here. It needs to be shorter. One more. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Now we just have to add the inside of our cards. And for that I'm just going to use my wet glue. Gives you something to write on the inside. You could do one on each side if you wanted. And you could come in with another set of butterflies that you cut out from white and glue it on top. Glue on my fingers. Two more. Okay, there you go. So we just made 6 cards. They're fairly quick and easy. A little fiddly when it comes to the most fiddly part is lining up the dies. It's not really hard, it's just a little fiddly. Each one's just slightly different, but they're all the same. There you go. Well, thank you for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.